It's not suicidal ideation. It is this very specific feeling where you don't feel compelled to harm yourself, but you do not feel compelled to live anymore.
Capítulo 7. Dead Man Walking.
I wrote this song on my birthday. I was in Austria, and I was at a really cute restaurant called Salon Plafond, and it was a beautiful restaurant. I had a beautiful day. I had booked myself time at the spa. I did some shopping. On paper, it was a perfect day. But throughout the entire day, people kept being like, "It's your birthday? You're here alone? Where's your family?" They brought a big piece of cheesecake with a sparkler in it. And then as I was sitting looking at the empty seat across from me, I was thinking about all of the birthdays I had had with my ex-husband, and I usually would get a call from my parents in the morning on my birthday. How much my life had changed and how much I didn't want to be here anymore really descended on me all at once. I started sobbing hysterically. I was like having these heaving sobs that I couldn't control my body. And I felt almost a degree of embarrassment, almost as if I had been unmasked. Here I am having this beautiful European vacation. Everything's so lovely, everything's so quaint and perfect and cute, and I'm at this gorgeous restaurant. The best way I can describe it is if I was sleepwalking that entire time, that was the moment that someone took a bludgeon to my head and woke me up. And it was awful, but I also needed to wake up. I went back to my little flat and I started writing this song. And I didn't know the depths of my despair until I saw it written on paper. As soon as I wrote it, I was horrified. And then I sent it in a group text to my sisters and asked for help.
How was the response like from them?
Beautiful. I think part of the reason I broke down was because I felt so profoundly alone. And recognizing that I felt profoundly alone allowed me to reach out to my family, who were immediately there to rewrite that narrative. It's like, that's simply not true. I don't have my parents. I don't have my ex-husband, but I have this beautiful community of powerful women who love and uplift me. These little mental fractures, they're so critical to unearth or reveal some of those things. What the song reflects, it's not suicidal ideation. It is this very specific feeling where you don't feel compelled to harm yourself, but you do not feel compelled to live anymore. And that's why it's called Dead Men Walking. I felt like a zombie. I felt like I'm here, but I'm not enjoying it here. I don't want to be here anymore. What's the point?
What did that feel like day to day?
It felt like nothing. It's almost as if I blinked and a couple years of my life had passed where I had almost no recollection of what I had done, thought about, occupied myself with.
Do you feel like your mind shut down as a way to protect you?
I feel like my mind was possessed, honestly. I don't know who was at the steering wheel, but it wasn't me.
What do you wish you could tell the one who was moving through those days like a gust?
Snap out of it, bitch! Snap out of it! I wonder how unsettling interacting with me must have been during that time, because I remember people always asking like, but how are you actually doing? And I'd be like, great, I'm fine. Everything's good. And I believed it.
What did the numbness look like for you?
Execution and perfection. The more compound pressures are applied, the more my pupils dilate and I narrow in on whatever it is that's in front of me. I feel like that movie Lucy, you know? Did you see Lucy?
Is that the one where like she's like uses all of her brain?
She uses 100% of her brain.
Yeah.
Grief activated parts of my brain, maybe that were dormant or that were not there. It's a part of your brain that you cannot and will not access unless you are in the pits of despair.
How did you translate that emotional emptiness into the sound of Dead Man Walking?
Relative to the rest of the album, Dead Man Walking is definitely more somber. Fair warning, there's 2 songs on the album that I cry every single time.
Okay.
And this is one of them.
So.
You know, musically and lyrically and kind of melodically overall, it just has kind of a melancholic sound to it. We did layer a bunch of vocals when we recorded, but I would try and kind of strip down.
Is there anything you want listeners to know about surviving something that deep?
Something my mom always used to say, and she would say it when I was having any crisis, any challenge in life, is I'm sorry, honey, life goes on. Spoken from the mouth of a refugee who had been thrown in a mass grave. I'm sorry, honey, life goes on. As callous as that can sound, it's also the most comforting thing because life will go on and it will recalibrate, it will reshape. You just persist.
What do you hope people who are grieving hear in the song?
The bridge of the song specifically, because there's a part where I say, maybe he's not gone, maybe just hiding under the wreckage, quietly shining. Even at my worst, I knew that there was a version of me somewhere that I hoped I could reconnect to. And I hope that they remember that they also have that inside of them.
Very good.